Hello everybody, welcome back to Not Occupies World, and today we're going to be showing you how to solve the Rubik's Cube beginner's method. So if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and let's go on with the video. So before we start, we are going to learn two main algorithms. So the first one, if you watch my 2x2 beginner tutorial, you might have known it. So we are going to do this one. So right up, right finger, right side down, left finger. And then the second algorithm is we're going to be doing the mirror of that. So we'll start with left side. So left side up, left finger, left side down, right finger. So feel free to rewind the video to go look at the algorithms again. Without further ado, let's do this. So the first step we're going to work on is the white cross. So getting the 4 edge pieces on the white center and matching with the other color. So the edge pieces are the ones that have 2 colors on them, corner pieces have 3 colors, and center pieces have 1 color. So we're getting the 3 white edges. And we're going to break this down into two sub steps. So the first one, we're going to be getting the daisy, the white edges around the yellow center, and then we'll get the actual cross. So to scrap up the cube, what we're going to do is make the daisy. So again, it's the white edge pieces along the yellow center, and the corners do not matter, just the edges. And again, the side colors do not have to be matching. So this step, I'm not really good at explaining it. I'll give you a couple examples, but I encourage you to try it yourself, see what you can come up with. So like, for example, there's this piece that needs to go up like that. And then if we have this piece right here, all we need to do is like that to put it right there. And then, so this one, since it's right there, if we put it up, it's just going to knock out that one. So what we're going to do is bring the empty spot, which is this one, over there, and then put it like that. And then another case is where it's on the top, but if you just do if you do U2, then it's not going to match up. It's going to be flipped. So what you could do is put it on the right like this, and put the empty slot right there, and then go one turn down, and then move the slot over there, and then you get pinned like that. So again, I'm not very good at explaining this step. I just encourage you to go try it yourself. So the next step is to get the actual cross done. So this is probably the easiest step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold our daisy that we made on top. So, and the white center on the bottom, and it doesn't matter how we rotate like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at a white and other color edge piece. So this one is red, and it's matched up with its red center. So we don't want it like this, because these are not matching. These are not matching. Those are not matching, but we want matching like that. So once you get these two matching, you're going to turn that layer twice, and that piece will move into its spot. So now rotate the cube to the right or to the left, doesn't matter. And then turn the top layer and do the step again. So there's that one. Rotate it twice. And also, there is one problem that makes this step a little tricky, is because we have orange and we have orange. So what you just do is look at the other color on that. So this is yellow, so we do not want that. So we want the white and orange one, because we want the white edges. And then we have that one. So the next step is to get the first layer done. So we are going to solve these corner pieces. So this is where we are going to use that right hand algorithm. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to show you the basic cases, and I'll move on to some of the other harder cases, so to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold a white cross on the bottom and the yellow center on top. And again, doesn't matter how you hold like this. So you're going to turn the top layer and see if there's any corner pieces. So the corner pieces are the ones that have 3 colors on them. So see if there's any corner pieces that have white. So I'm going to go with this one right here. So look at the 3 colors on it: white, orange, and blue. So we'll not focus on the white, but focusing on the orange and blue. So we're going to turn the top layer until it's above where it needs to go. Right now it's above where it needs to go, because this is white, orange, blue. And this corner spot right here is white, orange, blue. So it needs to go right there. And it would not go right here because this is, again, orange, blue. This is red and green. So we want to on the top layer till it's above where it needs to go. So like that. And it does not matter how the corner is twisted as long as it is above this spot where it needs to go. So after you get it above where it needs to go, you're going to rotate the whole cube to where this is right there. So the piece is on this kind of right spot right here, and then you're going to do that right-hand algorithm until it's solved. And you only have to do that algorithm a max of 5 times. So let's go ahead. So we did it once, and it's already solved. So now we'll move on to another one. So I'm going to do this one right here. And then again do the algorithm, and there's this one right here. So put it above where it needs to go, do that algorithm until it's solved, and then last one. So if the corner is in the right spot, but it is twisted, so we can see right here it just needs to be twisted like that. So obviously we can't do that. What we're going to do is, again, put it on the right spot right here, and then just do that algorithm, and it will put it in the top layer, so we can now solve it as normally. Now if 2 corners are in each other's places, and the other 2 are solved, and there's like no other white corners on the top layer. So this can go for any amount of corners that are in the wrong places. So hold one of those wrong corners right here, and then do the right hand algorithm once, and it will put it in the top layer, so you can solve that piece as normally, and then now the last piece. So the next step is to get the second layer done. So getting these edge pieces in, which edge pieces are the ones that have 2 colors on it. So there was 4 cases you could get, and I will show the 2 basic cases first, and then I'll show the other 2 cases which use the same algorithm as the 2 first cases. So you'll see what I mean in just a second. So what I'm going to do is going to look at your first layer and put it on the bottom, and then again yellow on top, and you're going to look on the top face to see if there was any edge pieces that do not have yellow on it. So this is an edge piece and it has yellow, because green, yellow, so we do not want that, but this is orange and blue, so we do want that. So now what you're going to do, so not the color that is right next to the yellow center, but the other color on that piece, we're going to focus on that, so that's blue. So after you identify the color, then you're going to tone the top layer until it matches up with its color, like that. So now I want to look at if it needs to go to the right or to the left. So face it, and if it needs to go to the right, it does not, because that's not matching, but it needs to go to the left, because that is matching. But obviously we can't just do that, or else it's going to ruin that. So what I'm going to do is, since it needs to go to the left, you're going to move it away from where it needs to go. So this piece needs to go right here, so move it away from where it needs to go, 1 turn. And since it needed to go to the left, we're going to do the left-hand algorithm once, and then rotate the cube like this, because it needs to go to the left, so rotate the cube to where, like that, and then do the right-hand algorithm once, and that will solve that. So now I have another edge piece right here, and this time it needs to go to the right and not to the left. So if that's the case, then this time move it to the other way, because we're moving it away from where it needs to go. And then since it needed to go to the right, we'll do the right-hand algorithm once, like that. And then this time rotate it the other way, and then do the left-hand algorithm once. So the next case is where there is a edge piece in the right spot, but it is flipped. So if that's the case, then what you're going to do is take any random edge and put it in its spot. Just any random edge and put it in its spot using one of the techniques I just showed you. So like that. And then that will put that edge piece on the top. And then you can solve it as normally. So the last case is where there's 2 edge pieces, but they are in each other's spots. So what I'm going to do is basically do the thing I just showed you. So take a random edge on the top and replace it with one of the unsolved edges. Like that. And that will again put that edge on top. So solve it into its correct spot. Now we'll put the other edge on top, which you can now solve it into its correct spot. So the next step is to get the yellow cross on the top, and it does not matter what the side colors are, just as long as we get the white cross, and again, we're not focusing on the corners. So the first case, so you can get three total cases. So the first case is where there is an L, and again, we're not focusing on the corners, just the edges. So if there's an L, then hold it where one of the pieces on the back, one of them is on the left. Then you're going to do F, right hand algorithm, twice, and then F prime. And now if there is a line, and again, those corners are just like that, it does not matter, just focusing on the line. It could be like that or like that, doesn't matter. Just if we have a line, hold it on the right and left, and then do F, right hand algorithm once, F prime. And now if there was no yellow edges on top, and they're all facing down, and again, no corners, just focusing on the edges, then you're going to do F, right hand algorithm once, F prime, and we'll set it up into the L case, which you can solve from there. So the next step is to get these side pieces in matching with the right color. So after you get your white cross, you might find that these pieces are not solved. So what you're going to do is the most basic case is you're going to turn the top layer to get one edge matching. So this edge is matching, that is matching, those two are not. So if you can only get two matching, then just turn the top layer to get one. Then after you get that one matching, hold it towards you, and then you're going to do this algorithm. And then it will be solved. You only have to do a maximum of 2 times. If you can only get 2 solved at a time, you like literally cannot get just one solved. And what you're gonna do is just match up 2 solved ones. If this is the case, then they'll be like across from each other, the not solved one. So then hold one of the solved ones towards you, do the algorithm I just showed you, and then we'll set it up into a case that you can solve it like normally. So we are finally on the last 2 steps, which I'll get the corners in the right spots, and then solve the final cube. So the most basic case, which is there was one piece in the right spot, and the other ones are not matching. So if you remember from my 2x2, you could just turn the top layer, but for 3x3, we cannot do that. So what I'm going to do is just hold the solved one right here, and then do the algorithm from 2x2, that second algorithm, and until it is solved. And there we go. So now, if you do not see any of them solved, and again, do not turn the top layer, or else we'll mess it up. So if you cannot get any of them solved, then just hold it from anywhere, do the algorithm, and you should at least have one piece solved. So the last step is to twist the corners, and then we will be done. So what you're going to do is going to hold the yellow side on the bottom, white side on top, and put a not solved corner right here, and do the right hand algorithm until that piece is solved, and make sure to do that last U move at the end. And then instead of turning the cube, we're just going to turn the downside to put another not solved piece, and solve it, and then you might have to turn the up and down layer. And the same thing goes for if there's any amount of corners not solved. So that was our video on how to solve the Rubik's Cube beginner's method. So if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And me and Pi will see you next time.